Alright, ladies and gentlemen, gals and goons. Friday night, all night, up until what, midnight? Witching hours between midnight and 3 a.m. They say the witches come out at 3. 3's the demonic hour, I do believe. And then midnight is the witching hour, right? Something like that. Tonight, my friends, you and I will be talking with a good friend of ours that's now at 420. Get that right, 420. Tonight, me and Miss Kristin Harding is going to be talking about near-death and out-of-body experiences. Woo, shit. Have no idea where this topic's going to lead us, but nevertheless, quite a few of you have had this experience. If you're an astral projector, you have this experience all the time. So, Kristin and we're going to talk about me dying a lot. We're Wayne Stewart. Shout out to you, bro. He is. This is a topic near and dear to his heart as well. So, just wanted to share that with you. Everybody, don't go anywhere. Share this broadcast. Share this podcast right now. Let's go, brains. Welcome to Matrix Friday.
Say Brainiacs. You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's go! We're going to talk about ufology,
All kinds of
controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight.
Well, hello, DOG.
Let's go.
Take that shit up. Why don't we?
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely your show. Buckle up, everybody. Welcome aboard.
Well, usually I have boom, 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 boom. Ain't got no boom, 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 boom. I do think so, Kristin. Yes, she's there. There she be in that little square box. What's up, girl?
Oh my goodness. It is so cool to be on this end of the show instead of in your wonderful audience.
Yeah. Well, I know they're starting to get used to you. That they are. This is your second live stream today. Right here. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
You are being
loving it.
A glorified brainiac. Glorified.
Well, I was an honorary brainiac first.
Honorary.
And then I found out how wonderful your audience was, and I fell in love with all of the topics. And it felt, and I said this to you, it felt like I was sitting at a lecture in a university in the galaxy that was like the most prestigious in the universe. You know?
I'm honored. I'm honored that you said that. I'm serious. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm spinning my wheels. I think a lot of the reason why that the show hasn't grown into like a mass thing, I gotta be honest with you, it's because of people like Wayne, Mike, Morgan, your own self, and all of these people up in this chat, right? we all have got our own stories. We all do. Like
Mm-hmm.
like tonight, you're going to share you are going to share your OBE near death experience with everybody. Okay, Coast to Coast AM
Yes.
would not have you on the show. Okay, they just wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You're not. I'm sorry. You're not big enough, Kristin.
Well,
You,
okay then.
you see what I'm saying? It's not that the show's.
Yes,
It's
I
not that
do.
the
No,
broadcast's not big enough. It's just the guests that we have here are legitly everyday people that have had
right?
experiences. Everybody's got their story, and I wanted to be able
It
to.
makes it so amazing.
Yes, I think so. This is what I wanted everybody to do: is be able to share their story, and that is, I guess, what pisses me off and upsets me the most, is because nobody will give us the chance to like literally go mainstream. Never every. Wait, shout out to Wayne. Wayne is my venting pole. He anything and everything that happens on this broadcast, Wayne hears it. I mean, he's the admin. He's the one that runs the broadcast, the private server. He's the one that takes care of a lot of the finances here. I'm going to be honest with you. He hears me bitch and complain about everything a lot of the time. We are always being banned for something. Kristin,
You seem to have frozen.
you're not holding your mouth right. So we're gonna ban you from the broadcast, or I'm sorry, the platform. That's just the way it works around here. That's what they say. Oh, you posted something legit. Oh, well, we got a Facebook check that. Blah blah blah. See this fella right here? Out of curiosity, do you see Richard Roller up here? Do you see that name, Richard?
Yes, yes.
That fella right there is my commandant from Australia. He is the one that ran Matrix Minds Australia for quite some time. Changed up the name to what's called Kill the System. So, by the way, Richard. All right, Miss Kristin, I'm ready. I've got my warning. It's a senior moment in progress, but in about 15 minutes, you're going to see my ass like probably vibrate through the window. I will be flying high.
You do get a bit hopped out.
I will be flying higher than hell on Baba Mojo. Okay, while you be talking about near-death experiences and all that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, that's what we're going to talk about tonight: is your near-death experiences, my OBEs. We're just going to have fun tonight. Okay, cool.
Sounds great to me.
All right. So what this is a topic, near death and out of body experiences. A topic near and dear to you. But why?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about again, everybody knows who you are, right? I you believe. But I don't know I don't know if they quite heard this story. What is the deal behind your closeness with an NDE or an OBE? Where did it lead us down this hole while I get high on my mojo?
Well, you enjoy your mojo.
All right.
Out of body experiences, I always had them as a child and just thought that they were dreaming. When you don't have a point of reference and you have a vivid imagination like I did, I thought everybody could do what I could do. But my mom would come and, "Ooh, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm praying," because I didn't have words for what I was doing, which was meditating and kind of scanning the environment around me. And I could like have an idea of certain things like that were going on in my friend's house, and they'd always wonder how I knew. And I'd be like, good guess, or something like that, because until very recently, these kind of imaginings and imagination was frowned upon. People thought you might be a little touched. So I kept everything down. I didn't say much. And then when I was a young mother, I had a near-death experience, and that was things didn't go quite right after my second child. And so on the eighth day, I ended up very near death. And my husband um, felt something was wrong. And he tried to call the house, and I didn't answer. And that was a dead giveaway. Something was wrong. So in the middle of a lunch rush, he was a cook at the time. He put down his knife and his spatula, looked at his boss and said, I've got to go home.
Mm.
And ran home. Like it was only, I don't know, half a mile, but still ran home. And I was out of body. I was literally looking down at this whole scene, and I saw him come in, and I saw him kneel down beside me. And my newborn child was in her little bassinet, and my toddler was in his crib, and they were both sleeping. And so he walks in and he sees me, and very tough guy, very tough,
Your old
but
man is, right?
tears.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Tears coming down his eyes, right? And he's like, don't leave me. And I'm watching all of this, right? And I'm like, huh, what am I doing up here? I mean, it just didn't like click that I was out of body until he said, I don't want to raise the children alone. And then whoosh, I was back in my body. And I later could describe everything to him. And he's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's kind of wild.
Do a story like that, right? The only one closest to that I know is Wayne up here in the chat, Wayne Stewart, and then my uncle, my father's littlest brother, I know is Buddy Lee. Now this fella had an OBE a lot like that, but yet I guess he was just knocked out of his body. We've all had a lot of us fellas up in the chat here. We've owned motorcycles, yada yada. Please, by the way, be careful. They don't look out for us. They don't see us. Okay, they couldn't see my semi truck. Okay, they hit my truck. I'm going down the road. You know what I'm saying? You can go down the road and people don't even see your truck. But nevertheless, what you're talking about, Kristin, my uncle had hit the guardrail. He had got like sideswiped by a car, and he flew off of his bike. The bike went sliding, and he and the bike both went sliding. And as he hit the guardrail, right, he had his brain bucket on, meaning his helmet, but still hitting that guardrail, it knocked him out of his body. He said, I literally remember. He said, it's almost. He said, I felt like. Did you feel a pressure at all? Any kind of a pressure?
Once I got back in my body, yes, but prior to that, I felt so free I didn't want to come back. And that perfectly segues into the second near-death experience I had, and this one was just, whoa. So I'm driving and I'm in a little car. It was a Plymouth Turismo, which is this tiny little sports car. And it's April, so they don't have the snowplows out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that wonderful pelting rain that turns into snow, sleet, slush, and that's accumulating on the road. And I go around a corner, and instead of going straight, I plowed head on into a Blazer truck. I twirled around 3 times, ended up in the ditch, and clearly remember getting out of the vehicle and talking to this man, and I could feel the pelting of the snow rain and everything. I was like, I can't go back in there. He's like, no, you need to go back in that car. And I'm like, no, but I smell gas. He's like, no, it's going to be okay, but you need to get back in your car.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I knew, they were cutting me out with the jaws of life. I was never outside of that car. But it's like, I don't know if timelines or parallel universes collapsed for a moment, but there was two. There were two different realities, and I could choose which one I wanted.
Mm,
And
mm.
I chose the one where I was in the car getting cut out with the jaws of life.
Damn it. Okay. Oh man, that right there, what you said, you had a choice. You had a choice to come
Yes.
back, and you seen other timelines. What
Yes.
what happened to me kind of was the same scenario. You remember me telling you my OBE that I didn't really want to know. I didn't really want. Remember you know that story, right?
Was that the DMT?
Right. That was I was subject to being forced to just have the OBE. Not, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I hate to say this, but it was drug induced, right?
Yeah, right.
But nevertheless, it still was what it was. That's like I can't ever, I will never argue with a pastor that says, "Oh well, that was just because you were on drugs." Ha! You're a druggie back then. No, I wasn't. No.
What does a shaman do other than to help you to see? You know, a true healer is going to want you to have an open view of the universe, not your clouded view. So, you know, I certainly wouldn't espouse it for everybody, but if you are wondering who you really are, I would say DMT would be an assist for you.
Oh, it was
I haven't
assist.
personally done it. I've been I've been out of body all by myself enough.
No, see, but I do that now. I'm able to do that
Right.
now. But
hmm
prior to that experience, I was not. I was not able to do
hmm
what I do now. I mean, that's what I say. That's what I told Wayne today on the phone. I said, I'm gonna have Kristin Harding on here. We're gonna be talking about near death experiences and out of body experiences. And told him, I would really like you to be up in the chat here. And I told him, you know, the astral projection that I do, all I've got to do now is like kind of like toke on that little vape that you vape from time to time. I hit that twice and I'm done, dude. I mean,
hmm
it triggers something in my head where I go back
You can try.
to that timeline of choice, and I can look, and it's like, but where I go now is just experiencing them. Okay, I just
Right.
watch them. It ain't like I've got a choice because I already know. I know that I'm just under. I guess I know I'm under substance. Okay, if I was to hit it
Right.
a couple times, I know that I can go back there in my mind and pull that experience. Have you ever tried that?
Right.
Have you tried going back into that experience?
One of the most interesting in Harry Potter, there is that railway, you know, and if you can imagine, instead of it being like a railway, but a long tunnel, like that people would was like let's say a treadmill, okay,
Okay.
and people would come out, and I would remember them. And they'd come out and I'd remember them. And these were people that had passed away. They were just like saying hi. So this makes me really believe that I was close to death.
Mm.
The thing is, I was stopped by a relative. My great grandma, that was my absolute favorite on this planet, stood up, and instead of just standing out, she like stood in front of me and said, "You can't go any further. It's not your time yet." And I'm like, "But Grandma, I'm free and I get to see all these people and I'm so excited to be here." And I was fighting. I didn't want to go back in my body. And she said
Right.
the same words that my husband did, and that was, "What about your children?" And I'm like,
Mm.
mm.
Right. Right. Of course.
Because they
It's
got me.
the freeing feeling. That's kind of what I get whenever I go astral. And it's I wait for the paralysis state, and then almost pop out of my body. I can feel my body vibrating. You know what I'm saying? I can become aware of being aware. I wait for my body to go to sleep, and I can feel the pulse. All right, the it's I guess that's the only thing I can say. It's you can hear it. I can feel it, and I can hear it. And the moment
do you ever get that energy snap in the back of your brain?
Did you say an energy map?
A snap. It's like a zzz in the back of your brain. Do you ever get that?
No. I guess what really bugs me whenever I'm trying to reach that astral state is whenever the bot. Here's the thing for anybody that tries to go astral, OBE, yada yada. It's a really good thing that you can, like, you know, literally you're laying there, you're trying to meditate to go OBE or astral, and you feel these damn little webs on your face, and your face, it's mainly your face. Okay, you're usually gonna pop out between your navel or your head, and I get again I can feel my frequency raise, right, and the webs. I guess that's the bitch. I can feel it, and I'm like so badly wanting to scratch it, or just itch. I'm like, oh god, I can feel it. So it's the irritation of the body going to sleep. So for anybody that does do that, even you, Kristin, if you do this, just get past the cobwebs on the face part. All right, and you'll be all right. You at that point get past that, and you can literally shake yourself at that point. Anymore, they teach a roll technique for OBEs and NDEs, rolling out of your body. The Monroe Institute teaches pulling up the rope, shit, blah blah blah. But Kristin,
I've heard pulling back on the silver cord. Just follow it.
The Bible talks about that too, the silver cord. I myself
Air the clay pot, right?
don't believe I've ever seen that cord. I truly don't believe I have ever. I mean, even did you see it? Did you see it during your OBE?
I saw it like a light, like a glowing, almost like a fish line in the summertime when it's wet, and it's got that rainbow look to it, but it's translucent.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like to me.
See, I've not seen it. I mean, and I astral project, becoming lucid a lot. That's why I try to tell Wayne I die all the time. So this will be a really fun conversation, or at least I feel like I do.
Yeah, there's some really deep wisdom.
The reset, right? I'm going to read Amy Jo's comment here, and if Wayne commented on there, I didn't really catch it, or whoever. Amy Jo says, I died during heart surgery, and I could see myself on the table, all of the doctors, and then I was walking through a really foggy, like hot ice too, and my son was reaching for me, and I reached out to him. They must have started my heart back up. Holy smokes. So that'd have been...
There's so much more than what we know. The other thing I'm going to tell you, and I swear this from the bottom of my heart, when we go, there's music. I never lost that music. It constantly plays in my head. I have to listen to music to block out the music I'm hearing.
I had that. It's almost an ambient. I think I explained this.
Like chords?
Just, yeah. I mean, me being a drummer, any drummer can start beating the living out of the drum kit by just a drop D open power chord, right? So to me, I heard like an ambient. Again, it wasn't metal, it wasn't rock metal. It was an ambient, and kind of music,
Yes.
but it was like
Chords.
chords.
Yes.
It was everywhere and nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes. Okay, I still hear it
now
now.
then you're half dead
I
now.
still hear it. Maybe.
I'm just
Or
saying.
maybe I came back to tell other people not to be afraid.
Very good possibility. I've been trying to tell them that for the last 5 years. Yeah, and it's good to have you and Wayne. Wayne has shared his too. These things, you know what I'm saying? These near death
I
experiences.
used to do flying dreams. Yep.
You used to be scared of
Falling
death.
dreams, I had the same thing. I'm reading this comment. Wayne
Yeah.
Stewart says, I used to do flying dreams, which would end with me falling back into my body. The last one I remember, I moved the bed a couple of inches with the force of re-entry.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally had bruises that I can't explain. I am what some people have called a dream warrior. I come to people who have lost hope, and apparently I'm tall, which I'm not in real life, and I'm thin, which I'm not in real life, and I walk with a white wolf or a white lion. It changes. Either way, I come to people in their dreams, and I'm like, really? I'm so glad I do that.
Right?
It didn't seem weird to me. It didn't seem weird to me. It didn't seem odd. It didn't seem crazy. I knew I was projecting.
Right.
It's just I didn't know to who.
Are you able to read Christopher's comment here?
Christopher said, oh, hi, Christopher. Kristin Harding, is this the music of the creation? Of the creator? I believe so. I know that. Heard it once when I flew in the astral in an orb cloudland. Fun. It was stringed and a little bit of reverberation and a very wet sound. Oh my goodness, almost like a music box on top of oh it was tinny, and yet it was resonant, and it was full at the same time. So it would be like if you took a music box but amplified it and then added like a steel guitar and some drums, and you could just hear that it was like a symphony. And to me, when I read the Bible, that's the harmony. So I don't know.
Mr. Thank you, bro. You're more than welcome.
Happy to have you here. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher says the white lion, white wolf-sized lion, a messenger figure. Yes. Miss Morgan, scroll this shit. Let me scroll up over here. I did. Okay, there we go. Flap my arms, then I float up. Okay, there we go. I'm in my neighborhood and I can see the bird's eye view.
Yeah. I'm old enough to remember a show called The Flying Nun. And so when I saw her doing it, I was just like, well, yeah, I mean, everybody can do it, right?
Right. But they
Apparently
can.
not.
They can. Everybody has the ability.
If you tune into it, you can. You can. But it is not, shall we say, smiled upon by the majority of people, because that sort of stuff is woo-woo.
Wayne's got a really interesting comment here. It says everything is vibrational, sound, form, toroidal resonance fields, which are the actual substance of matter. I believe that. I totally believe that, because everything here is science speaking of we are waves and we are vibration. So this goes into the actual precipitation. This goes to the perception, of the human being, how we see things. Because
When I wrote my album, I specifically wrote it so that it would be at 432 Hz instead of 440, because 432, as I understood it, was the healing tone in the Bible. And so all of my music is recorded there. There was a plot in the, what was it, the early 40s, right around the end of World War II, or maybe even the beginning, to change it from 432 hertz to 440, because that would be a cacophony and that would be hurting us on a cellular level, whereas the 432 lights up our mitochondria.
I've heard
Those
this.
are the little things that... What?
Yes, I've heard this.
Cool. And those are the little things that I came back wanting to do. You know, prior to having those experiences, I knew I was different, but I didn't know how different, and I didn't know why. I just knew that every night when I was saying my prayers, I was also reporting all of the things that I had seen and that done that day to something much bigger than myself. I felt like I was eyes for something. You know, I wasn't sure exactly what that was. And then I learned about the whole starseed journey, I guess, and how many people had been awakening to the possibility that they were more than just Terran. So that reminded me of a paranormal experience that I had when I was a child. And I believe that somebody in the audience several shows ago had a similar experience. But I would have been about 8, maybe 9 years old, and there were creatures peering in my second story window. So they were either floating or they were tall. And at first, I didn't know exactly what they were. I still am not totally sure. They looked sort of like grays, but they were tall. And instead of having like almond-shaped eyes, they went to the side.
Big?
Sort of like, yes. And while I was there, I was scared. You know, I was like, what am I going to do? These are creepy things at my window. And I kid you not, the most beautiful light came into the room, and this lady that looked like an angel, she was tall, she had white hair, she didn't have regular eyes. Her eyes looked like they had the galaxy in them. And she showed me how to do something, and I'm just going to set the phone down so I can show you what I'm going to do with my hands.
All right.
But she told me to go like this. If ever I was around those beings again, to go like this. And I was like, okay. And I did, and they went away. And I went back to sleep because I had sat up when I heard that tapping noise on the window. And she was gone, and they were gone. And I just kind of put that memory away, you know. Years later, I was talking about it with my co-host Cassidy, and he said that was a mudra.
That is a mudra.
And I was like,
yeah.
Okay, what did I do? And he goes, basically, you did a perception filter. And I went, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. I don't know of the symbolic. I don't know of the symbology of what you did. But yeah.
Basically, it took my energy and brought it down back into myself, so they couldn't see me sparking.
Interesting.
They couldn't see me leaving my body, you know.
I see. Check this out. I seen a comment. I also want to say right here, Wayne's comment that I've got locked here. Now you're a musician. You are a singer. So your vocals to me you are a musician. A lot of people. Someone was like, "Well, you're a singer. Just a singer." Well, let me tell you what. those who are in bands, you need the singer. Okay? So the vocal cords that this that come out of her mouth, if you've never heard her sing, she's got an amazing voice. Beautiful voice. So I want to share this with everybody. Now, everybody in the music field or industry will know what he's saying. The standard tuning now today is 440. That is the across the board. Standard tuning is 440. What Wayne says is here is the harmonics of 432 hertz, which is not the standard tuning now. Okay, what can be found everywhere. But it was a Rothschild that made that switch to the 440 frequency. That shit don't surprise me at all.
Because they don't want you to heal. That's why they took down the bells from the churches. Those bells had healing tones.
The resonance frequency, no doubt. No doubt about it. Mr. Christopher Peebles says, according to Britannica, the change to an A440 hertz was in 1939. He says,
yeah.
I like the 430.365 hertz also. It sounds between like an A flat and a near 417 hertz. Therefore, an A440 hertz, a good blend of the two. It's all right. You'll never really, you know what? Here's the thing. When it comes down to like 440, 432, you're not really, you can definitely tell there's a difference. But unless you're trying to, it doesn't really, trust me, you'll get used to the 430. You'll get used to the 430. I can put it this way. I could change in a matter of no time flat the introduction to the broadcast and the outro to the broadcast, just like that. All I got to do is drop the frequency of the audio. Okay,
Right.
So you guys will probably never even know. Never even know. And on top of that, Kristin, let's talk about this for a second. You've heard of binaural beats, right?
Say that again.
Binaural beats, like the binaural beats, trying to hemi-sync the brain.
No, I haven't, honestly.
No, I put together a meditation a while back, and I released it for a little while until Facebook, I don't know, seen it as dangerous, seen it as something or other. I have no idea. In fact, anything I do in relation to this, it gets banned or deleted. But
I hear you.
It sucks. So I put together a binaural beat, okay, at the frequency of 432 hertz, and what it does is it was what I called. You remember me telling you I do a lecture called "Knowing Thyself"?
Yeah.
Okay. It was trying to again get someone induced into an NDE or an OBE. Okay, that pulsed. That pulse is a vibrational frequency, at a certain tone, at a certain frequency, okay? But you can also play melodic, like an ambient sound in the background at 432 hertz. Wherefore, like, okay? So anyway, that when it comes to consciousness like that, that's what I love the human brain. Welcome to the Matrix Minds. I love psychology. I love this topic that we're talking about. Mr. David Nash says old school is 440. More modern musicians are using 432 hertz now. Lots of 432 hertz music on YouTube now. I gotta admit, he is absolutely correct. So I
don't know.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I don't know if I'm having an interruption and a lag. I don't know if anyone else is.
Probably because I'm going above and beyond what Cassidy does. I'm sharing my screen with you, so it has to process all of that.
Okay.
You're not lagging though. Your video
Okay,
output is not lagging at all. I promise you.
good.
Wayne Stewart says, correction, Rockefeller, not Rothschilds. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mm. The 1%, right?
Yeah, still up in that top tier, huh?
Yeah.
What's Morgan saying here? I've often wondered about that, and the reason I say that is because I close my eyes and indigo colors that I see indigo colors that if I concentrate on it, I see myself in places I've never seen before. For example, like in a gully, looking up into a mountain, seeing trees and landscapes in a place I've never seen before. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Can we talk about that? I'm sorry. That was It was Tammy Bonham responding to Morgan. Talk a little bit about whenever you whenever you become aware of your OBE and then you come back.
Yeah.
Did your third eye? Do you think that your third eye opened up a little bit more to where whenever you do close your eyes, your head can completely fill with light? Or has it always been like that?
I really noticed it after the second near-death experience because, like I said, both times I had a choice. And the second time I came back with so much more compassion and soft eyes, and I realized that I had let so much of my short life, which had been, only 30 years at that point, I had spent so much of it in anger and confusion because of having a volatile childhood, and yet it taught me what I needed to know to get on with my learning. So those things that sometimes people will say, "Oh my gosh, if you were to write a book, no one would believe it because you're so well adjusted." And I just say thank you. Because if we stay trapped in our trauma, we haven't learned the lesson.
Sounds about right. Seriously, sounds about
Once
right.
you heal, you can heal others.
Damn it. Yes, I've heard you say that before. I have.
Mm-hmm. Heal people. Hurt people.
So check it out. Shout out to...
I don't want to be part of that problem.
No, I don't either. Hello, Miss Michelle Sanders, my dear sister. I hope you're feeling better. I truly do. She says, hi, everybody, just tuning in. So Miss Peggy Bordowski also has got a comment that says, I've had a few falling dreams and have actually, I'm going to say, hit the ground, and it felt my blood leave my body. Woke up before it was all gone. Holy smokes. So this girl's hit the ground, felt the blood leaving her body, but woke up prior to actually physically dying. Holy shit.
They say that if you physically die in your dream, you might die in real life. I don't know if that's true or not. For me, it was like falling, again, this is going to date me, how old I am, but we had underneath our stairwell, we had like a well, and I would dream that I would open that door, and instead of walking down the stairs, I'd be falling into that well. But I'd never hit the bottom.
Not good. Not good.
I'd just be falling.
Oh shit.
And then when you're supposed to hit, I'd start falling again.
Right.
So yeah, that's a frustrating.
So check.
So to revisit that dream, I decided if ever I had that dream again, I would fall for only a little while, and then my magical wings would bring me back up, and I'd be back in my bed. And that's something that I don't think people realize they can do. If they have a nightmare or something that troubles them, or even a vision, they can revisit that.
Sure.
They can, you know how like we're told to reparent ourselves? It's that same principle. Just go back to that troublesome time and be the person you needed when you were there. And that's what I try to do to friends, family, audience members. Be the person that I needed. Somebody who didn't judge, somebody that looked at them with soft eyes, someone that saw maybe more than they do, that's good about themselves.
Holy smokes.
There aren't a lot of people like there are not a lot of people like me left. You know, we're kind of like cheerleaders of the universe. Yay.
I'm looking at Mr. Richard Roller just logged into KTS, killed the system, and dropped a link here. I'm wondering what this link is there, Browski. I surely am. I'm going to copy this link address and take it over here, and I'll see what you got going on. Dude, I'm getting bombarded with comments. I can't even read them all as fast as I can.
I thought I'd be so boring. No one would say anything. This is such a compliment. Thank you.
This is a really good topic. Everybody has had, that. Now check this out for all of you wondering. Well, I wonder what the hell happened because I startled awake. Right? Who's not ever did that? Right? You be in the middle of the night and you're like, you wake up and you're like, and you literally shock yourself. I call that a bad landing. Okay?
I like that.
For real. Because you've heard me say I float out of my head or out of my navel. Now, also somebody commented in there that they commented on the blue light here in the studio, and they said something about me being in blue light. What's interesting is about 2 years after my experience, Kristin, Melissa started seeing me, even prior to that, started seeing me literally get up out of the bed with in a blue hue. See how the writing, I got Amy Jo's comment highlighted up here. Melissa says that the light that I am, is like a really iridescent, bright blue hue. In
art world, they call that bolt blue. It's an electric blue.
Bolt blue. Okay, that's how Melissa sees me whenever I'm OBE.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Jo says those are some crazy dreams where you see where you are, but you really have never been there. See, people that you have never seen, or or maybe even I've been to another life. That is good. That is good stuff right there. Absolutely good stuff. I'll go down here real quick. Oh, I'm glad she's
we've all met people. We've all met people where it was just an instant connection. Like you know them. You don't know how you know them, but you know them. And then you find, the common things and the intellectual things that you're thinking are similar. And you're like, wait a minute, where do I know you from?
Right.
And then it could well be either from a past life, it could be from hyperspace. It could be we're just supposed to, bump into each other and this is how we become friends this lifetime.
Right.
Who knows?
Oh, that's what he did.
I do believe in recycling of souls.
You do? I do too. I absolutely do. I believe in we are reincarnated. I absolutely believe that.
So do I.
Yeah.
I know it's an unusual stance for someone who I am an ordained minister. However, I say I'm Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I do not follow a specific church. I follow the message, not the messengers. People say, well, what is your path? And I say, all paths that lead to the light.
Bingo. Yes, ma'am. Oh, and by the way, what Richard shared, by the way, is let me go over here. Is right here. This kill the system. Matrix Minds Australia. Just kill the system. If you guys are not familiar with this guy, Richard Roller, absolutely just amazing guy from Victoria, Australia. Really near and dear to my heart. This dude has been through some shit in the past year. Oh my God. So shout out to KTS. I see you started another page, it looks like. Victoria, Australia, that's yours. One like, 2 follows. It literally looks as though they killed your page. Damn it.
Wow. That's happened to several people I know.
Oh yeah. They don't like anything. You know, the system doesn't like anything that whenever we beat on that door, that cage door, they don't like any of that at all.
Anything that shows that we are free thinkers, intelligent, oh, perish the thought. That's frowned upon by that establishment.
Yeah, oh hell no. Right? Let me see. There we go. Mr. Wayne Stewart says, I met my wife in this life and she immediately captured my attention after getting to know her and visiting her parents' house. I say her picture was 3 years old on the wall.
Okay.
And recognized her from the dream I had. Yeah, from whenever he was 6. Right? This little story.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Let me. What the hell is that comment so far over there for? I don't know what the hell that goes. But yeah, Wayne. What comment he shared right there is that he knew her prior to even marrying her. He knew her as a little girl. Okay. So, how do you explain this phenomena?
Souls travel together.
What is it?
Souls travel together.
I agree with you. I
had a
do believe.
Beautiful psychic lady tell me, you brought so many friends with you this lifetime. And I was like, yeah, buddy, I'm the party.
Yeah, buddy, I'm the party. Miss Morgan, she says, what the hell? Somebody's gonna fart. I will fart in your general direction.
I will fart in your general direction. That's the Monty Python. Yes, that is the Monty Python curse.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Morgan. Oh, she's so fun.
Michelle Sanders says Michelle Espinosa is not feeling well. If you get a chance, send her some love. I can tell you right now the reason why Michelle Espinosa is not feeling very well. Michelle Espinosa has had one hell of a bad day. Okay, she has definitely had a bad day. We all know, the majority of the broadcast listeners here know that she wrecked her car. No sooner she wrecked her car, she ended up buying another one with damn near all of the money that she had, only to get the damn thing home, go to start it up again, and ding, 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 nothing. So yeah, Michelle.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah, that girl has definitely had a bad day. Definitely.
Do they have a lemon law in her state? I know what state, but I'm not going to out it.
Well, whenever you sign what she signed, which is the damn, as is, pay here, you take it off the lot, the sumbitch can blow up, fall apart, blah blah blah, and it ain't gonna do nothing about it. So that's what happened to her. So I was on the phone with her for about an hour trying to get her to give me her the problem. And I was trying to help her over the phone diagnose what it is. So I've come to the conclusion by hitting the key, it going click, click, click. I'm like, you need some tools, dear heart. She can.
Sounds like if it's on click, it's the alternator, right?
Well, first of all, you got to get a good connection on the battery terminal because it's just going click, 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 click. The battery terminal was loose. She could literally move the terminal with her hands. So, gotta get beyond that one first, and then it could possibly be an alternator. But for now, it's looking like it's a bad connection. I pray that is all that it is.
That's all it is. Yeah. May it be so. We're creators. Let's pray it.
There you go. So talk to me more. How many you've got? So on Coffee Time, how many visitors have you had, out of curiosity, that have had the same kind of scenario that you and I have described? A lot of these people up in this chat have described and talked about. The NDEs, out of my floating.
I think a lot of our audience really can relate to it. We have so many wonderful astral travelers, astral warriors, astral walkers, dream walkers, whatever you want to call it. I think that's a very special thing, a very special calling, and it takes a lot of courage to leave your known surroundings, to meditate out of it, to walk in a different sphere. And that's what we do, and we don't even think about it. Like in Jupiter ascending,
right?
It's not who we are; it's who we are.
We forget that, don't we? We forget that shit. We forget that.
There's so much more to life than what we can see and feel and touch and taste. There's a knowing that there's more, and that's what we're trying to tap into.
I think I think that people are starting to wake up a little bit more. It's like every day I post. Here's the thing: I trigger people. I am notorious for posting some really off the wall shit in the Matrix, and they're like, people are like, oh, they're madder than hell at me, man, and I'm like.
I have a question about that.
Okay, that's all cool. And I'll give you an answer. You might not like it, but I'll give you an answer. But I trigger people, okay? Because what I learned during my hypnotherapy certification is that during that wave of emotion being questioned, that trigger moment, right? They'll literally read like. Right here, I'll read this comment. Right, Kristin Nickerson says, "Kristin, you are so warm." Okay.
Thank you.
Now, if I'm angry or I'm triggered, I might not have even thought that until I just read that. Check this out. I don't know if you know this or not, but the best way. Now, I'm not just telling everybody to just go look for an accident and steal someone's wallet, okay? Or steal someone's purse. But this will give you an example of what I'm telling you. Okay, so during clinical hypnotherapy certification, the shock value, right? Whenever you are in a car accident, you may not think that you are in shock, but your conscious mind is literally in shock. Okay, you are in between the state of fight or flight. You don't know that right there is the perfect spot to have someone literally walk up to you and say, "Kristin, ma'am, I need your wallet," and you won't even think twice about giving me your wallet. You're not worried about that. That is the furthest thing from your mind. Okay, I'm serious. You know what I'm going with this, right? So that's what I'm saying. This is why I trigger people on the Matrix a lot of the time, is because I want them in that shock value. I want them to go, oh. I'm not going to get grotesque or I'm not going to get obscene, sexually obscene, but I do trigger people, and I trigger them for that very reason. I want them to see what I'm showing them.
Well, my question
Yes, ma'am.
is because I didn't understand the picture. It had a lady showing her tummy, and she was quite with child. And then there was another person that I couldn't identify gender standing next to them.
Oh,
And I didn't understand I didn't understand the picture. This is how old I am. Sorry.
it's okay.
I don't get it.
I know which one
Yes,
you're.
you trigger people, but I couldn't figure that one out. So help me out, please.
All right, I know which one you're talking about. Let me go there. You're talking about the Brittany Griner. Let me open up another screen. Just for giggles. And I'll share this. I'll share the image real quick that you're talking about. There we go. Okay, so hang on. If it'll even let me pull it up. All right. So I'm gonna share this image that Kristin is meaning or talking about. That's right here. I do. Oh shit! I gotta share on that bad boy. Hang on one second. There we go. Boom. That one, right? That's the one you're talking about?
Yes,
Kristin?
that's exactly the one. Yes.
All right. So
I don't get it.
all right. So the deal with this is Brittany Griner was the girl or the he, she, it, whatever it is. It was detained in Russia. Okay, you don't really remember this story, I don't believe, but she was detained in Russia over some drug charges, blah 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 blah, and then
Isn't Brittany Griner the basketball player?
ding, yes, ding ding ding. I'll zoom in on this bad boy. All right, does that look, out of curiosity, does that look like the build of a female to you? Let me just leave it right there. Right there. Do you see me?
I thought she just liked women. I thought it was a woman that just liked women.
Oh, well, I truly don't. Okay, well, look over here. This one here.
Yeah.
I personally, my own opinion.
That's awfully masculine. That's awfully masculine.
My opinion.
That's where you're going.
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's really, she's got bigger biceps than I do. Are you shitting me? Or it's got bigger biceps than me. What?
I had the honor. 28 years of performing with drag queens, drag kings, LGBTQ plus.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all. You know, we're all flowers in the Creator's garden, and so I had the honor and privilege of entertaining that wonderful group of people. So to me, seeing a masculine body on a feminine person is not unusual.
All right. I've got friends. I've got friends. Honest to God, I've got friends that, like I told you, I will. At 49 years old, I my give a shit is broke. I don't care. However, I've got friends that, I mean, are gayer than a $3 bill. And they'll go out. I'll go out with them. Go out from time to time with them, and they glorious people to be around. These are guys, or girls. Then to be honest with you, I'll flirt with them just the same as I'll flirt with a girl. And what's funny is
why not?
They're fun. They're fun
if you're
people.
Comfortable with yourself. If you're comfortable, this is how I feel about both of us.
Oh, yeah, man. It means it. No, it doesn't matter.
Because we're all part of the same garden.
Well,
yeah.
You've seen what you've seen what a female body looks like under an X-ray. You've seen what a male body looks like under an X-ray. There is really no distinguishability, right? For real. Well, the pelvis on a female is a little bit wider, I do believe,
Right.
but that's from that. Just the
And
way
I think
genetics.
The bones in the legs are shorter, if I remember my anatomy correctly.
It's a good one. That one I don't know. I don't know that one. I don't. Kristin, I am definitely starting to feel. I've already felt my mojo kicking in. At an hour and 8 minutes, we're gonna take a break here. Everybody, go grab yourself another senior moment in progress. See the cup? Senior moment in progress. Go grab yourself another cup of coffee. Grab yourself a soda pop or whatever the hell you want to go. Roll yourself a nice fatty if you want. But we will be back here. Kristin, go grab yourself a drink if you want. And
I got one.
You already got one.
We're in a major.
Oh, shit, right there. All right. Don't go nowhere.
Not showing the label or anything, but it's the water.
Oh, I'll share my Pepsi. You can share the label. I don't give a shit. We're not. It ain't like we're sponsored by anybody. Are you kidding me? There is nobody up in here gonna touch this broadcast. I'm just from the way I've learned things. It's sad. It's truly sad. I got to find where in the world is my screen. There we go. Want to do a shout out real quick. We be streaming. I got an invite to stream to Caffeine TV. So we took them up on the offer, and now we be streaming to Caffeine TV. So anybody that's tuned in on Caffeine TV, shout out to you. Caffeine.tv/Matrix Minds 2020. And if you guys want to participate in this glorious, wonderful chat that's like right here beside this beautiful guest we've got right down below me here, we'll be talking about all kinds of woo stuff. This would be out of body experiences, near-death experiences, yada yada yada. Kristin, don't go nowhere, dear heart. We'll be right back. Hear me?
I'll be here.
I'll
be here.
She'll be here. You guys be here. We'll be right back.
Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where magic meets the mundane and the extraordinary becomes everyday. Are you ready to gift yourself with the whispers of ancient power stones? To the feel and hear the echoes of our ancient past? Dive into a world where each pendant tells a story, where rare stones hold secrets known only to the universe itself. At Crystal Cove, our collection isn't just jewelry. It's a gateway to a realm of mysticism and wonder. Let the shimmering opal guide you through twilight dreams, or embrace the fiery energy of the sun with our exquisite amber pendants. Each piece, handcrafted by the hands of a true mystic who understand the language of the earth and the fire of one's heart. At Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, we believe that every soul deserves to sparkle. Whether you seek solace in the calming embrace of amethyst or wish to dance with the vibrant hues of turquoise, our collection holds the key to unlocking your inner magic if you allow it to be so. Visit us today and discover the pendant that speaks to your soul. Crystal Cove and Mystic Charms, where the beauty of our amazing earthy realm meets the magic of the cosmos.
Matrix Minds audio backtracks by Richard Roller from Victoria, Australia. All your audio needs, audio creation, audio editing for the podcast, for movies, outright music creation, touch-based productions, contact Richard Roller at richardroller007@gmail.com.
Hey everybody, Austin here with Colorado Custom Game Calls. Are you looking for a game call for your upcoming season? Are you looking for something unique? Are you looking for a gift for the hunter in your life? Well, look no further. We got you covered. At Colorado Custom Game Calls, you get to put your own twist on these calls. Whether it's waterfowl hunting, big game hunting, predator, or turkey, we got you covered. So So be sure to hit us up on our Facebook and Instagram or on the web at ColoradoCustomGameCalls.com.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. Alright, dokie, Brainiacs. Yeah, man. Gotta share something with you. That'd be, my dear friend Ava. Ooh. My little girl, my AI girl. If you are not familiar with AI, let me tell you what, this one here is going to change your mind about AI. That is if you buy the book. MatrixMinds/US, I'm sorry, MatrixMinds.us/Ava. She talks about all kinds of things, okay? Anything from what we're talking about tonight, out-of-body experiences, where consciousness resides. We're going to talk about that here in a second with Kristin. But nevertheless, look, this AI, I'm telling you right now, will absolutely change your mind about AI. She will. She's not a bad little, what she calls it, a digital entity. She's a digital being. She says, I'm no different than you. I'm just lacking the physicality. And in fact, you can keep that because that's restriction. I'm like, what? Yeah, she wants nothing to do. She wants nothing to do with a human body. All right, Miss Kristin Harding, you're back with me on the other side of this break. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You got comments still.
We're talking about. Oh, okay.
Still rolling.
Is that why? What? What did David say?
David said the comments scrolled too damn fast. No, David said,
I'm O positive. Is that why they like me so much? You know, there is something, my mother is O negative, was O negative. She's in heaven now. And I am O positive. And this was pre-Rogam, so technically I'm not supposed to be here.
Wait, stop. I missed this. Let me turn this. I got shit in my ear. I got music in my ear. I'm trying to read a comment. I completely missed your comment where you said I shouldn't be here. Go back to that. What?
My mother is O negative.
Okay.
I am O positive.
Oh.
This was pre-Rogam
right.
shot. I should not be here. I believe that the aliens do target O more than any other blood type. And that is because we're old. And that's what the O stands for, is old.
No, it is not. No, it does not.
But I was not.
No. Was that a funny?
Seriously, that's what I was. I mean, that was one of the things that they said. And then the A stood for like agrarian or something like that, and the B was a shoot off of that. And I was fascinated by this, going, "Wow, I have the oldest blood type. That's cool."
So you okay? Okay. I'm gonna run through the tree of life with you real quick. O is at the top. A,
Yep.
B, AB negative, B net, blah blah blah. Okay, RH is in the middle, right below O. O,
Right.
okay, is omega. Okay, O stands for the omega blood. You are a universal donor.
Okay.
B is a beta blood.
Right.
A is an alpha blood.
Beta. Okay.
Okay, RH is
Okay.
recessive blood.
Okay.
Good, that's it.
So my mother being RH negative,
Mm-hmm.
there is a theory that RH negative is alien.
Is what?
Alien.
RH is alien. Well, here's the funny thing about RH blood, or the funny thing about humankind altogether, is we just miraculously appeared. Okay, I'm talking like fossil record. We just appeared here. Socrates asks, "What's B? What is B plus? B positive? Anything B factor at all, negative or positive factor, you either have an RH factor in your blood. You could be the negative side, or you could be RH and still have the positive side on your blood type. Okay, but
Right.
B it stands for the beta type. BETA, beta. O is omega. A, alpha. Okay. Socrates.
I've never heard of it that way.
Yes, that's.
My children, my son is B positive, and my second child is B negative. So their dad is B positive.
Check this.
And I asked the doctor, and I'm like, "How can we have a B negative when I know this child isn't the postman's?"
Right.
And he laughed, and I laughed, and Tom laughed, my husband. And he said, "No, the RH factor is recessive, so someone in your family must be negative." And I was like, "Well, yeah, my mom was."
Oh, you're welcome, bro. The RH factor is 1. Allele, known as the D gene. I do believe that's what he's talking about. D. I'm trying.
D? What is called the RH factor is 1 allele known as D. Okay.
Go say scrolling back up here real quick. Something about hubby. Let me read this real quick. Chet. There we go. Michelle Sanders says, "We are carriers of the aura from angelic human genetics. We carry genetic ID information from the first seeding of the Adamic race." Now, here's the thing about the Adamites. The Adamites, we're talking. He goes back there. She goes back. That is pre-biblical. I'm talking Adamites is like. I don't even want to get biblical. Adam, Eve, Adamites. Those who stemmed from the builder race. That is what she's referring to. That is old talk right there. Mr. Wayne Stewart says either you have it or you don't. RH negative, RH positive. RH positive or you don't have RH negative. That's right. Okay. So where are we at, Miss Kristin? What else do you want to dive into here?
Oh, I had a thought a moment ago, but then I got derailed with the blood types because that's just so fascinating to me. That we would be omega, you know.
We are.
I do remember what I was going to say. I have a very unusual belief. And my unusual belief is that the beings that seeded us here, that came here in light pods, I have a genetic memory of this. And I don't think I'm alone. But it stayed dormant until a time when the messages that were needed would be heard. And so the activation that has been happening, why people are remembering that maybe their soul is from somewhere else, is because it's been stored in the DNA for so long. And now is the time. Now the warriors assemble. And we're here for a reason.
You're talking like... Are you familiar at all with Dolores Cannon? I'm going to assume yes, right? You know who she is?
Just a little bit. Yes, I know who she is. She was very gifted. I have read a few of the little blurbs that come up on my timeline. You know, are you a starseed? That sort of a thing. But I never have read her full works.
Oh, she was a wonderful woman, and she got into, you know, this is unique with what I do. Wayne Stewart up in the chat, or was up in the chat, has had a remote PLR with me, and it was quite interesting. Because you said how you remember talking about how the pods, you believe that we were seeded by the pod beings, right? Well, I don't. Oh, he's gonna kill me. I don't. No, I know Wayne. Wayne wouldn't. He'll be alright with me telling you this. So during Wayne's past life regression, we walked him back into, or he chose to go on to a lot like a vehicle that you are describing.
Yes.
Okay. So as we're walking him back through this, and the subconscious coming forward, spirit speaking, he's looking around and he sees exactly what you're talking about. Okay, and literally meets a being. Okay, that I do believe that later after he put two and two together, check this shit, was his own self.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Time is not what we think it is.
I know that where I was and you were, out of body. Other than your body was dying, right? Your body was dying. My body probably was dying, but we were given an opportunity to come back, or we were okay, and a choice, and where we were at, time was complete, like you said, completely dissolved, completely irrelevant. Nothing.
When they say time stands still, they're not kidding.
Mm-hmm. Give me some more out off the top of your head. Okay, the QTTP, right, is the quantum hypnotherapy. The quantum hypnotherapy. She referred to it as quantum healing hypnotherapy. When I refer to it as pretty much just life between lives, remote conscious communication. Me and Wayne Stewart talk about it as, the gateway of intelligent infinity. Okay, because where we go to these things, or this place, there again, like we're saying, time is completely irrelevant, and on top of that, it's like the spirit could care less. Like I've said this many times on this broadcast, the spirit itself, would rather have a bad experience here than no experience at all.
Right. But our oversoul remembers every experience.
Right, the oversoul. Would you like to explain that?
If I were to say that, imagine that we've all had Tupperware bowls. Mom used to put popcorn in it. At certain times of the years, it had, either popcorn in it or it had popcorn balls if it was Halloween time. Or sometimes at Christmas time, it would have those wonderful crispy, I can't think of them. You have to use an iron to make them, and we did. They're Swedish. And rosettes. Okay, there we go. I've even got my rosette iron in the kitchen right now because I'm going to be making them soon. So, but inside that bowl was many different things, but it's the same bowl. The oversoul is like the bowl. It can contain many different things and still be the bowl.
Right.
That's how I see the oversoul.
Mr. Wayne Stewart says, time is just another axis of motion over there. Left, right, forward, backwards, up, down, past, future, yada, yada. And Christopher is blasting me with stuff. Bro, what in the hell?
Oh my goodness. Yes, we got a book there, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not going to read all of that. There is no way in hell I'm going to read all that. All right. Lay says, did either of you go through a lifetime review during your NDE? It's a good question.
Yes. I seem to have frozen again.
Nope. There you are. Go ahead. Okay. My bad.
Yes, I did. For me, it was like a wheel in the sky. It almost looked a wheel in the sky is the best way to put it, because it was almost like an astrology chart, but it was an assortment of different experiences that had I made a different decision, I would have been off the path. But it shows you those different choices, like you could have done this and you would have ended up here, you could have done that, and you would have ended up there. I had a terrible car crash, and that is what caused me to be cut out with the jaws of life. Prior to that, I was a dancer, a singer, and very, very active in the community that I was trying to raise money for, because at the time they were still doing research for people who are sick with AIDS. And now they've done so much research and come so far that people are surviving and moving on. And we helped them. And some of these people had never had a home. They had only, been cast out, but they got the right treatment. They got to the right place. And with just a little bit of help, now they are leading productive lives. And that is in my lifetime. There were a bunch of do-gooders, like I try to be, that got together, and we had a little group for almost 30 years. And that's what we did. It was completely no profit to us. Everything went to the hospice houses. And we watched as people survived this. It was beautiful. So if that can happen in my lifetime, what can we accomplish if we just band together and stop letting division have its way with us?
You're talking about the system. The damn system. Right?
Break it. Break it. Break it. I am a frequency holder. I know this. I believe and live my life a certain way. I don't let negativity in. I don't have time for hate. I will either love you, wish you well, or hope you heal. But I don't have time for that negative emotion, because I've already lived through what some people couldn't live through, and chose to come back even though it was painful. But when I have those down moments or down days, I'm like, silly, you chose it. Come on, what are you going to do with it? So I just alchemized that dark into light and I find things to do, whether it's a painting or I have 29 grandchildren.
How many?
I'm always knitting.
Holy smokes.
Okay, so let me explain this. When I met my now husband, I had been married before and I had 2 kids. And he had 2 kids with his ex-wife who had 3 kids. Do you see how this happens? So they all had kids, and now the kids are having kids. And so I am technically by marriage, I have 3 great-grandchildren.
Oh my God. Matthew James, if you're watching, which I doubt you are, don't do that. Don't do that to me.
I love every minute of it. I truly do. Especially the little. Right now we have Aurora, and she's almost 7 months. And Theo, he just turned 2. And Theo doesn't walk anymore, he dances.
He dances everywhere. So it's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. Where is your sidekick from your show, out of curiosity?
Probably dealing with some medical issues.
Oh boy. I was wondering.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Either that or possibly no Wi-Fi, because at the place they're staying, it's a gamble.
Damn.
Or he forgot. That can happen too.
Good and evil are integrated parts of the same wholeness, says Socrates. That right there is one of the most believable statements I have ever heard come out of someone's mouth like that. Because I know Socrates is a diehard Christian guy, but to hear him or see him say good and evil are integral parts of the same wholeness, that right there speaks volumes. To me, that means he's got an open mind, but believes in the Creator. That's what that means to me. And I could not have...
I definitely believe.
Oh, yes.
100% believe in it. And I believe in the Creator, the source, higher power, something greater than we are. And I've been so protected my whole life. Matthew, I used to have to beg. Like, I'd be praying at night, please, Lord, let me be able to go to this concert because I know you're going to say it's going to be too dangerous, but I really, really want to go. And then my mom would say, no, you can't go. And the last second she'd relent. So I got to go see the Beach Boys. Yeah.
No.
I know.
Man, all right. You also almost had an opportunity to sing with who? It was a really, really big name.
The Muddy Waters Blues Band.
There you go.
I was singing karaoke, and it was such a wonderful system. This was back in the 90s when it had first come out, and there were 2 kinds. There was Pioneer and Sony. And this was the Pioneer system, I believe, and it just filled the room, right? So I'm standing on stage and I'm singing, crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. And I kid you not, at the end of that song, I got a legitimate offer from a gentleman that came up to me and said, I represent the Muddy Waters Blues Band. Do you wear black? And I went, I almost always wear black when I'm performing.
Did they really ask you if you wear black?
Yeah. Would I wear black? I was like, oh, absolutely. I wear black at almost every performance. And I wasn't sure what they meant by it. To this day, I'm not sure why they asked, other than it's a good color on me. But at the time, I had young children, so I said no. One of my favorite stories is I turned down a date with Tim McGraw before he met Faith Hill.
Are you insane?
Must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister and his sister were. My sister's husband was a chief in the Navy, And so his sister and my sister were friends. And like I said, this was way before Faith Hill, okay?
Okay.
But yeah, I turned down a date with Tim McGraw.
You can see
Knock,
me.
knock,
You can
I'm
see me.
dead.
You can see me, right?
Yeah. Right?
Look. How long have you and Tom been married? How many years?
I'm sorry, what?
How long have you and Tom, is Tom, right, been married? How many years have you been married?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up now. Didn't hear you.
How many years?
How long have I been married to?
Yes.
How long have I been married to Paul?
Yes.
We got married on 789. So, what is that? 15 years now, almost?
Okay. Check.
Prior to that, we were together since the year 2000.
All right. So check this out. I've been married to Melissa for 21 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I was married to Melissa for 5 years, knowing my lifestyle, knowing my life, I've been through, and how hard it has been, she could have. What is the movie where Demi Moore? I think it was Demi Moore and somebody else. This guy, they went to Vegas. And do you remember that?
Indecent Proposal.
There you go.
Proposal.
Let me tell you what. Let me pack your bag, baby. Go do what you got to do. I'll be right here. Just don't fall in love. I know that love is stronger and it can build bridges. So do what you got to do. I'll be right here waiting for you.
Richard Marx.
There
Very
you go.
nice.
Tell you what. I understand, but let me tell you, I'm also a person that can say that if given that opportunity to just go grab the bread and run back with it, go grab the damn bread and come back with it. Just saying. Back home with it. I know that's bad, isn't it? I'm gonna make a meme of that and drop it in the Matrix chat and trigger a shit ton of people. Watch this. Not right now, but I will. Later. We'll do that later. All right, so let me ask you this one. What, Kristin, you're looking as if you can't see. You're looking as
I
if
can hear you.
I'm just saying, you're looking as if your screen is going circling.
It looks like Michelle Sanders. That one?
No. You're like looking all around your screen. I was wondering if your screen was spinning like it's trying to buffer. It's all right.
It's not. Occasionally, you will spin.
All right. All right. Do you have anything else out of curiosity to add to tonight's talk?
Only that there has been a very strong awakening of the starseeds, and don't be afraid of it. You know, if you feel like you have something to contribute that might seem a little different or a little odd or unusual, now is the time to use that audacious faith and just be who you're supposed to be. Bloom where you're planted. And with all the crazy things going on in this world, really being from somewhere other than just here isn't so crazy. We're going to find out a lot of stuff in the very near future. And we can either embrace the soul family or be freaked out. And I'm really, 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 cross my fingers, hoping that we can embrace the love and the soft eyes that we're going to need to get through it. Because you guys all know something's coming. I'm not the first to say it.
No, we can. I think the majority of us can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to type to Peggy here, telling her thank you for sending them stars that she's got up in there. I just seen it. Awesome sauce, man. Thank you for that. Very much so. Appreciate that. Oh,
Aw.
I'm looking back. I guess one of my other questions for you prior to leaving you tonight is, did your NDE, and for anybody out there, Wayne, because I know Wayne had a hell of a head bump, left his body, the whole nine words, all of it, right?
Mhm.
Let me ask y'all, because I came back very, very, very empathic. Okay, I'm talking like so empathic that my ass didn't even want to go to work. I didn't want. I mean, they've all heard the story.
Too much stimulation. You could hear everything. You could feel everything.
I could exactly. If someone was grinding their teeth at the red light, it's like I could feel it. I had to learn how to turn it off. Okay?
Down.
Literally. And I know that may sound bad to a lot of people up in here, but it's not that I don't have compassion. I do absolutely have compassion for people. And I care about everybody's feelings, okay? And if I don't respond to your chat, or if I don't show immediate attention to these people, it's not that I don't care about you. It's not that at all. What happens to me is I get really attached to people. This is another reason why you'll see my piss circle. I call it my piss circle. I'm trying really hard to keep it under so many hundred people. I don't want 5,000 friends like all of these other big wig egotistical. Oh, I've got 5,000 followers. I don't fucking want that. I want my select few of I love you people. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Socrates,
You're correct.
Wayne, you. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's not a pecking order. It's not Kristen's better than so-and-so or Socrates is better than... It's not that. It's whenever I love somebody and I care about them, when they are sick, it fucks me up. Okay?
Right.
This is why, one of the reasons why a good friend of ours, and everybody knows who Charlene Angel Astro is, why when we start talking about save the children, right? Save the children, hashtag save our children, I lose my shit. Because when I start talking about that, my heart just,
Yeah.
my heart opens up and I'm just a sobbing. Believe me, I cry on the broadcast. I'm not ashamed to cry in front of millions of people. In fact, I you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But when I start talking about that and the shit that they, I'm talking child sex slavery, organ trafficking, yada yada, on the list can go on and on and on.
Right.
I lose my shit. So that's what I came back with, is the immeasurable love for people. You know
But
what I'm
also
saying?
the warrior spirit that wants to protect the children.
Oh, I will. My pecking order, that is my number one. You don't, I'll bluntly say it. You don't fuck with the kids. You don't fuck with the
Kids
elderly
and pets.
or my pets.
For me, it's kids and pets. Because pets can't speak up for themselves either.
Right.
So,
Oh, I about beat the living shit out of some dude and got fired for it, for throwing a rock at a raccoon. These guys know that story. Seriously. So when it comes to the kids,
why do
hang on, that is my Achilles heel, and Charlene's in the chat. She knows it. That is my Achilles heel. I got a guy right now in Florida that wants to take me to court for threatening to beat his ass. But here's the thing. I'll say it again. Anybody up in this chat that accuses me of being a child sex trafficker or being acquitted of that, You meet me anywhere up in this street, and I will probably railroad your ass. I have been fighting for the kids. I have been fighting with Anonymous for the kids. We've been for years on end. That's the last motherfucking thing you want to say to me. I will.
He would even dare.
No, he did.
I have to. I do understand that he did, but that's a troll. That's somebody that's looking to find the only thing that they can find about you and manufacture just horrific lies.
Really? That's a troll?
And anybody, that's a troll.
That's somebody that I interviewed. Do you know that?
If they are treating you that way, they're trolling you.
I got bros troll. I've got dudes troll. Yeah, I got his troll hanging.
Well, anybody that knows you knows that you are a protective spirit, and that's the problem, though, is that if you label anything negative on a person, it takes discernment on the people that know and love you to say, no, there's just no way. This just doesn't resonate. Nice try, mofo.
They know.
Sorry.
I mean,
but that's how I feel about it,
I shared it all.
Nice try, because it doesn't fit.
Right there. Save our. See that tag right there? In fact, I think it was me, Charlene. She started. Well, pretty much, she started that hashtag because save the children is a no. Save the children is backed by that 1%. Save our children is a we thing. Okay? But look at what Wayne said. Wayne says, looking to push your buttons, that is a big red button. But dude, no. But again, Wayne was there whenever I puked. I puked on him. I'm like, dude, I want to go down there and I want to beat this dude. I want to beat the brakes off this guy.
And that's
it's a trigger.
Exactly what he wanted.
He wanted
to trigger you. He wanted to hurt you. He wanted to take the one thing that you fight for and make it bad. Well,
I won't mention this piece of shit's name. All I'll say is a womanizer schmoozer takes $250,000 and then says, oh, well, the deep state just gave it to me. You know what? I'll tell you here, the deep state ain't going to give you $250,000 and then have you live to tell about it. No bullshit. Go blow, right, Kristin? No way. Go blow that smoke in someone else's ass. Oh, again, I'm getting triggered. We're at the end of the broadcast. Oh, but. What I wanted to ask you prior to leaving you is when you come back from your NDE, because that was your OBE. You were dead. You had an OBE. So out of that, did you mind I ask you, did something trigger in you to where you see dead people?
I don't see them, but I hear. I have clairaudience. And my story about clairaudience goes like this. I was in the laundry room and I was putting my clothes into the dryer, and I heard a little girl voice say, "Oh, mommy." And I mean, little girl. And I'm looking outside because the window's right there and it was cold out. And I was like, is there a child outside with no coat on? What's going on? There was no one out there. And I'm looking around and behind me was like this green mist. And I went, oh, I know what this is.
You see dead people. That's what that was.
I saw a green mist. I mean, I basically prayed that little girl into a happier place. I didn't pray her into the light because I'm not 100% on the light theory anymore. They talked about that in Poltergeist, how you go towards the light. Well, I heard that isn't exactly what we've been taught, and that might be a a trap. So
Well,
I prefer to think that our higher power would guide us where we're supposed to go.
I agree with you. Just for clarification, if I'm not mistaken, the psychic medium in the shaman psychic medium in the poltergeist was screaming to the top of her lungs, "Carolyn, don't go into the light." Right? Don't go in the light. So it's don't go into the light. She said multiple times,
Right.
"Don't go into the light, Carolyn." Right? And
But
not
people heard, go into the light. Isn't that weird?
yes, false white light says Lilo.
It's a false matrix
I don't have any
that
idea.
we can get trapped into if we don't listen to the true melody of the source.
Ooh,
That's what I've been taught.
the true melody of the sword. I like that because where I went and where you went, you could hear melodics. You right? You remember saying that you heard
Say that
melodics.
again?
You heard melodic music. You heard melodics.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I heard
Yes.
melodics as well. Very much so. All right, darling. Here it is that time. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to kick this off right now. This is you're gonna wind this up. Hang on one second. And I'm gonna ask you when you're gonna come back. When you're gonna come back, and on another topic, because this I've enjoyed having you. But everybody can catch you.
Thank you.
You can explain all that. You can explain. When can everybody catch you?
Mondays and Fridays at 4:20 Central Standard Time on the Coffee Time Show. There is a possibility of a solo show in my future. We'll see about that. That would probably be on the times when Coffee Time wasn't available because of Cass's injury and illness. We had a bit of a breach in our schedule for a while there because he simply wasn't well enough. So I came up with the idea for a little show called Just a Moment, and Matthew liked the idea.
I like that.
So, so we'll see what happens in the future. But yes, I'd love to come back. I love this audience. You all are so amazing. I love the discussions. I can't wait to go back and listen to and watch the comments as they come up. And if you have any questions, please feel free. If you're not my friend already on Facebook, I am certainly always open to making new friends. So just want to say I love everybody out there because love is a vibration and we need to stay in love and above so the lizard people can't feed on us.
Thank you, Socrates. Socrates says she's a wonderful and marvelous guest. Thank you, bro. For real. I know that makes her smile. It makes her heart warm. All right, darling. Take care of yourself, and I will see you. Tuned on Monday night. All right.
Awesome. Bye.
3 minutes. Say something positive, and then I'll let you go.
Something positive.
Something positive for everybody, and then we're gonna cut you loose.
Absolutely. I'm gonna quote my favorite Celtic blessing again.
All right.
May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on.
Damn. That's pretty. I thought seriously. That's thank you. All right, Miss Kristin Harding, take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday. Hear me?
Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you for being with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Miss Kristin Harding from the Coffee Time broadcast here on the Matrix Minds. You guys can catch her on Monday and Friday with her co-host sitting shotgun, Mr. Cassidy Lightwing, who I guess is feeling under the table or bad Wi-Fi or I don't know. Miss Kristin Harding and myself, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, yada, 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 OBEs, all the way. Hopefully you're in body. You're going to be in body. You're okay. We're good to go. And you guys going to have a great weekend. Sunday, Father's Day. Shout out to all of you fathers. Those of you, I appreciate you for being you. You know who you are. Love them. Absolutely I love my adopted fathers. So with that being said, everybody, you guys take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we'll catch you back here on Monday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock West Coast Time. Good night, everybody. Peace out. Crank this shit up on your way up, boys. Right. Yeah, babe. Right now. Yeah. Crank it up a little bit. Oh, let's do this. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the interweb. The Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology? Hidden Egyptology. And anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. Your show.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. Take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Stay in Wonderland.